Fidelis Care offers quality, affordable health coverage for children and adults of all ages and at all stages of life. Quality health coverage, it's our mission. Call 1-888-FIDELIS or visit fideliscare.org. Hello everyone and welcome to the premiere edition of the Fidelis Care College Sports Beat. I'm Dave Yates. Every week at this time we'll take a comprehensive look at our local college sports program, and we begin with our honor roll of local college athletes. From the Nazareth men's basketball team, Tyler Stengline of Irondequoit averaged 24 points over 2 games for the Flyers, both wins over Houghton and Ithaca. Stengline was named Empire 8 Rookie of the Week for the second time. From the SUNY Brockport wrestling team, Cole Tristram of Newton Falls. Tristram won 4 heavyweight matches last week, all by pins. He is 11-1 this year. Brockport won the John Suma Invitational in Ohio over 10 other teams. Senior Ryan Moynihan, a Geneseo native running track at SUNY Geneseo. Moynihan broke the school record in the 1,000-meter run at the Tufts Cupid Challenge. 2 minutes, 38.87 seconds is the new mark.
Northwestern Mutual's college internship program has been nationally ranked as one of America's top 10 internships. Contact Molly Doherty for more information. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Our spotlight athlete takes us to Roberts Wesleyan and the track and field team coached by Merle McGinnis, where they like to keep it all in the family. I guess you could say that running at Roberts Wesleyan kind of runs in the blood of the Button family. Kristina Button is a freshman who is emerging as one of the top performers in the Red Hawks program.
Her mom was on the top 5 list for the 300, number 5, back in 1989, and it was still there, and I knew when Kristina ran it, she would knock her mom off. Sorry, Eileen, but...
How does that feel? Did you give her a call that night?
I did. I actually Skype called her, and it was just really cool, and it's funny. Just the connections of the college and everything, and being able to say that I beat her and knock her off the board, that was really fun.
But for her to be on the top 5 list for that long is a great fact. Her mom is still on the top 5 list in the outdoor track for the 100 hurdles.
What's also unique is the fact that McGinnis coached both mother and daughter, although he almost didn't get the chance. Eileen Gable was a state champion gymnast from East Rochester who just happened to get noticed in a rather unique way.
And I remember one day I was walking across campus looking down on the athletic fields, and here she was doing flips. And I go, I got to get her out on the track team. And she came out, and she turned out to be one of the greatest athletes that I've ever had.
Even Kristina wasn't giving Wesleyan a very serious look until she came for a visit.
I came here on a fluke. They just wanted me to check out the college, and I ended up getting recruited for volleyball and track. So I met the teams, and they were just really sweet, and so I ended up coming here, and they're alumni, so it was just really cool.
500 possibly, or the 400.
Okay.
And then we'll do the 4x4 at the end.
Cool. And I'm doing high jump too, so.
High jump, yeah. And if I run.
McGinnis has seen them both run and sees some similarities in their makeup.
She was a clutch performer in everything that she did. So when her daughter applied here, I was quite excited about it, And in the first race this year, it was like, is she like her mom? and true to form, I think she was running the 400, and a girl came up on her with about 60 meters left, and it was like, can she hang on? And she did, just barely, but just like her mom. And I said, I'm glad to see that.
I love my mom. My parents are really supportive, so they've been training with me ever since I started track. So that's a really huge compliment because they're just really great people.
Kristina also appreciates the fact that she gets to be coached by the same person her mom did.
Yeah, I actually have a picture in my dorm room of my mom with Coach Merle, and it's just really great. He had a lot more hair back then, but it's just a really cool connection to see that and compare.
A change in hairstyle isn't the only thing different from McGinnis since the time Eileen Gable was running. Wesleyan was an NAIA school back then. Now, they are in the first full year as an NCAA Division II school. which has changed the makeup of the roster.
Get a few more kids from out of state looking at us. For instance, my 4x1 team, which set the school record this year, leadoff girl is from Burlington, Ontario. Hands off to a girl from Maryland. Handed off to a girl from Michigan, that'd be Kristina Button, who hands off to a girl from Connecticut. And my alternate, it would be a girl from Alaska.
There's a good chance that Button will knock a few more names off some lists during her time at Roberts. And even if one of those happens to be her mom, you can bet she will be fine with it. When we return, JC DeLass sits down with Brockport's Corrine Jones in our Fidelis Care Coaches Corner, and later Kim Bernston drops by with our Fusion Digital Scholar Athlete. All that and more when the Fidelis Care College Sports Beat returns. As we head to break, here's a look at the Nazareth Athletes of the Week, brought to you by Nazareth College. As we come back from break, here's a look at the Geneseo Athletes of the Week, brought to you by SUNY Geneseo. Welcome back. Thanks once again for watching the first edition of the Fidelis Care College Sports Beat. I'm Dave Yates. Each week, JC DeLass from WYSL Radio will help us get to know an area coach with the Fidelis Care Coaches Corner. The Fidelis Care Coaches Corner is presented by Fidelis Care, quality health coverage. It's our mission.
This is JC DeLass with this week's Fidelis Care Coaches Corner, joined this week by Corrine Jones, the head women's basketball coach at the college at Brockport. Corrine, you climbed the ladder from a Division III assistant coach to an associate head coach at Division I, now running your own program here at Brockport. What attracted you to this job here at the college at Brockport?
Yeah, a lot of things, JC. A great place to be as a student athlete, I think. Women majors for sure. There's a lot that women can come here and be successful in majors-wise. We have kinesiology, sports management, physical education, business. It runs the gamut. So also athletically, I think you can have a great experience here. We have nice things. Young people like nice things. The facilities are great. The other thing was support. I mean, administration's been great athletically. And at the college level in terms of administration.
As a former student athlete yourself, you know the importance about juggling academics and athletics. How are you able to help your kids with that?
Yeah, I have a great staff. So I've hired a couple people that definitely help me. As a head coach, I really see the big picture. So, we're looking for GPA about, 3.2 or over, and I have an assistant who monitors our academics weekly. So meets with our players, we do study hall. So I think, I was in those shoes myself, so I know what it's like, and I've hired people to help me monitor that as well.
Is coaching something you always wanted to do, or was there a time when it just kind of hit you to say, hey, I think I'd like to do this?
Yeah, I wanted to be a doctor for a long time. Obviously played basketball for life, forever, since I can remember. I was a teacher. Out of college, but I got told in college that I should be a teacher after I took my education 101 class, and it just sort of meshed, teacher, coach, and I love coaching because I do love basketball, but I also love, motivating young women and being a role model.
Who's your coaching mentor? I mean, somebody your go-to for advice?
Yeah, I have a few of them. I would say my head coach at Bowdoin, though, for sure, Stephanie Pember, who's now at the Naval Academy. I look to her a lot. She was a great coach. I learned a lot from her playing under her, and I still look to her now.
You do a lot in terms of juggling your family with your coaching duties. I mean, your husband, a former basketball player, you've got a young son. How difficult is it to kind of juggle all of the family responsibilities with your coaching responsibilities?
Yeah, you definitely need to understand priorities. So It is great to have a husband who played basketball at the University of Rochester locally here, so he gets it. He was a Division III student athlete as well. But you just have to be present in all you're doing when you're doing it. So when I'm on the court with these young ladies, I'm on the court. When I'm at home with my son and my husband, I'm at home. Yeah, am I 100% great at that? No, but I definitely think you have to prioritize, and that's what I try to do all the time is really be in the moment.
Time management, that's a great skill to have. It sounds like that's something you can also instill in your team and your players to learn how to manage all the different things they have to do.
Correct. Yeah, I tell them all the time, you think you have it hard? You don't have it hard. Like I got to pay bills, I got to change diapers and come up with a scouting report. So yeah, I think just by leading by example, they can learn a lot from us.
Let's wrap things up with the best part about being here at the College of Brockport for you.
Yeah, these young ladies want to be coached. I love it. Every day they want more, and they're really rising to the occasion. And I said the other day, they're trusting the process, and that's really why we're successful.
Thanks, Corrine, and thank you for watching this week's Fidelis Care Coach's Corner.
Kim Bernstein has our Fusion Digital Scholar Athlete of the Week next, and later, we remember an NBA champion. All that and more when the Fidelis Care College Sports Beat returns. Before we go to break, here's a look at the RIT Athletes of the Week, brought to you by the Rochester Institute of Technology.
Hi everyone, I'm Bill Pucko. Classy Wolf Media is proud to be in its 5th year contributing quality local sports programming to the Rochester area on local network television. The Vision High School Sports Beat and the Rochester Press Box are making real contributions to the Rochester sports scene and offer unique and affordable sponsorship opportunities. To become part of this vibrant community, contact the Chuck Hinkle Agency at 690-8547 for more information.
As we come back from break, here's a look at the SUNY Brockport Athletes of the Week, brought to you by the College at Brockport.
Welcome back, and thanks for watching the Fidelis Care College Sports Beat. I'm Kim Bernstein. It's time now for our Fusion Digital Scholar Athlete.
The Fusion Digital Scholar Athlete is brought to you by our friends at Fusion Digital, a proud supporter of college athletics.
Honored this week is Laura Alderfer of RIT. Laura is going on her 2nd year leading the women's crew team as a captain and helping them to the Liberty League Boat of the Year honors in 2015. Laura is a senior majoring in biomedical engineering at RIT, which has helped her expand her accomplishments beyond the classroom. Her sophomore year, she set out for a 9-week trip to Africa, where she helped design and build medical equipment for people in need. On top of that, she's also done service trips to Guatemala, Mexico City, and Haiti. For her selflessness to others, this week, our Fusion Digital Scholar Athlete is RIT's Laura Alderfer. Now here's Dave with our Bill Gray's College Calendar.
The Bill Gray's College Calendar is brought to you by our friends at Bill Gray's Restaurants, a proud supporter of local college athletics. Here's our Bill Gray's College Calendar for the week ahead. On the schedule this coming week, Sunday, the U of R basketball teams are home at the Palestra. The men host New York University at noon. The UAA leading women's team following with a game at 2 o'clock. RIT hockey plays its next to last home game of the year. The Tigers, who have lost only once in their last 9 games, host Niagara Saturday at 7, the back half of a home and home. Nazareth hosts Stevens on Friday. The men play at 6, the women at 8. Fisher welcomes in Hartwick with games at 6 and 8. In the Empire 8, this year the men play first. The track and field event of the week takes place at Brockport, the Golden Eagle Invitational, Saturday from 10 to 1 at the Cirque. That's our Bill Gray's College Calendar. Here's how some of our Section 5 alums are performing at colleges outside of Rochester. We call it Postcards from College. Our highest profile guy is Thomas Bryant from Bishop Kearney via Huntington Prep to Indiana University. Bryant is averaging 12.1 points per game and 5.6 rebounds for the men's basketball team. The Hoosiers are 19-5 overall, 9-2 in the Big Ten, and look like a lock for the NCAA tournament. Over at Syracuse, it's Bryant's former teammate at Kearney. Chinoso Oboko is having considerably less of an impact. Oboko has played in just 10 games for the Orange this season, averaging just 6 minutes in those contests. Also at Syracuse is distance running star Mickey Burke out of Rush Henrietta, the former McQuaid Invitational winner. Burke ran the 3,000 meters at the Penn State National and ACC Championship qualifying time of 8 minutes 11.51 seconds. Another former RH running standout competes at Syracuse, freshman Alexandra Cooper. Cooper finished 9th at the Cornell Indoor Upstate Challenge in 5:01.81 last month. Coming up next, our honor roll of teams, and Fisher remembers Bobby Wanzer in our Monroe County Sports Commission Spotlight Team of the Week segment. All that and more when the Fidelis Care College Sports Beat returns. As we head to break, here's a look at the Roberts Wesleyan Athletes of the Week, brought to you by Roberts Wesleyan College. As we come back from break, here's a look at the St. John Fisher Athletes of the Week, brought to you by St. John Fisher College. And welcome back to the Fidelis Care College Sports Beat. Thanks for joining us. I'm Dave Yates. Here is our honor roll of local college teams. At number 3, the U of R men's basketball team. The Yellow Jackets swept their Washington-Chicago road trip for the first time in 24 years. Junior guard Mac Montague scored 46 points combined in those games to be named University Athletic Association Co-Men's Player of the Week. At number 2, the 17-4 RIT women's basketball team. The Tigers beat Vassar behind Tara Lynch, who scored 22 points. It was RIT's 7th straight victory. That's a program record. And coming in at number 1, the Monroe Community College women's basketball team, which continues to roll undefeated, 22-0 and ranked 2nd nationally. This year's team is getting local contributions as Chelsea Wilburn and Katie Broderick, both from Spencerport, combined to score 25, and Abby White from Eastridge added a dozen. Which brings us to a Monroe County Sports Commission Spotlight Team of the Week. The Monroe County Sports Commission, along with Visit Rochester, is proud to announce and welcome the upcoming sporting events to Rochester, New York. Please visit monroecountysports.org. Rochester lost a local sports icon last month. Bobby Wanzer's departure was felt most closely at St. John Fisher College. Bill Pucko has more.
Before we play tonight's national anthem, St. John Fisher College, I ask that you please join us for a moment of silence as we back our respect to former Fisher men's basketball and athletic director Bobby Wanzer. Coach Wanzer.
The great Bobby Wanzer died on January 23rd at the age of 94. But here at St. John Fisher College, he is very much alive. As a charter member of the Fisher Athletics Hall of Fame class from 1992. His old number 9 from Bobby's playing days during the infancy of the NBA hangs in the gymnasium above the basketball court, which bears his name. Yes, Bobby Wanzer is very much alive here.
He had 16 winning years, and that was with the changeover from going NAI to Division II to back to Division III. He went through a lot with the program and still managed to win while he was doing it, I think. Right? So yeah, I think here is rock solid. I think nationwide it's pretty rock solid too, right? So
what is now one of the most respected Division III programs in the country had its roots in 1962, when Wanzer, just 4 years removed from a basketball Hall of Fame playing career with the Rochester Royals and now settled here, was actually chosen by the players to coach them.
They went to Father Lavery and they wanted to have a basketball program, and he wasn't in favor of it. And then they went out and they formed a team, and they talked Wanzer into coaching, who was working in a local recreation department. So a group of young people on Fisher's campus, they started a men's basketball team, and the first team they played was McQuaid Seniors. So they played a high school team, right? And out of that came an article in the Fisher newspaper, and I think that Father Lavery then called them back in and gave them some funds for it. So they kind of started out in a really weird way,
Wanzer played professionally for 10 seasons, all with the Royals. He was the point guard on the 1951 Rochester Royals, which won the NBA championship and is probably the single most significant sports team accomplishment in city history. He also coached the team for 4 seasons through its move to Cincinnati, before being hired at Fisher to coach another 23 years. These days, the Cardinals are coached by Rob Cornicker. The tradition here continues. The Cardinals are coming off a 25-5 season, which included a school record 18-game winning streak. In 16 seasons as its head coach, Cornicker owns a .706 winning percentage. He's just the third coach, succeeding Wanzer and Ward, to coach at Fisher since the program's birth in 1963.
In the history, we're talking 55, almost 60 years that there's only been 3 head coaches. Not a lot of basketball programs can say that. So we've had a lot of success over the years. Coach Wanzer started it, and Coach Ward never had a losing season when he was here. So, there were big shoes to fill, and we've had a little bit of level of success of our own. So it's really important to us.
And Wanzer, the unassuming architect of it all, will be remembered most fondly here.
It was simple. I thank basketball for never having to work a day in my life, getting an education, meeting a beautiful girl. My family started cheering. I said, that's my family.
Well, I've received so many emails and so many texts about Coach Wanzer, and everyone is real similar in nature about how they talk about, we didn't even know Coach Wanzer was in the NBA when we first met him. He was just such a humble, caring guy that put his family first, and I think if everyone, had those kind of values and morals, we'd be living in a much better place. It's just the humility and the kindness. That's really what strikes me about him.
From St. John Fisher College, Bill Pucko for the Fidelis Care College Sports Beat.
Well, thank you everyone for watching.
And a special thanks to our sponsors, including Fidelis Care, for making the College Sports Beat possible.
We'll see you right here next week.